The time has come, our life is changing. Getting used to all this rearranging. You and me, we're here together. We'll take it on, no matter this weather. This chapter has ended, let a new one begin. I think back and smile at the memories within. Yeah, ooh, we found our way through the dark. Yeah, ooh, and made a map of the stars. Yeah, ooh, together we conquered the unknown. We reached our milestones and we found our way. A new day, a new adventure. As the sun rises in all its splendor. Come what may, we're not alone. Making memories. I think back and smile at the memories within. Yeah, ooh, we found our way through the dark. Yeah, ooh, and made a map of the stars. Yeah, ooh, together we conquered the unknown. We reached our milestones and we found our way. A new day, a new adventure. As the sun rises in all its splendor. Come what may, we're not alone. Making memories of our own. This chapter has ended, let a new one begin. I think back and smile at the memories within. We found our way through the dark. We made a map of the stars. Together we conquered the unknown. We reached our milestones and we found our way back home. Life is short, for goodness sake. Don't need a reason to celebrate. Yeah, ooh, we found our way through the dark. Yeah, ooh, and made a map of the stars. We found our way through the dark. Made a map of the stars. Together we conquered the unknown. We reached our milestones and we found our way back home.
Please rise. Sa God save our gracious King, long live our noble King. God save the King. Send him victorious, happy and glorious, unto us. God save the King.
Thank you, Nina and Tara, and thank you to our events team for putting together that wonderful introductory collection of memories. Good morning, BSM. I am delighted to welcome you all to our first Founders Assembly, and I extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you. I must extend a special word of welcome to our Board of Governors Chair, Mr. Timothy Daniels, and other governors present and attending today, Mr. Stein Melsbo, Mrs. Marcel Estavillo, Mr. Alan Hearn, Mrs. Sarah Buckel, Mrs. Nina Galamko, Mr. Robert Cook, and Mrs. Fatma Khan. And I pause there to say that in 46, 47 years of the history of the school, without strong, committed, and forward-thinking governors, we wouldn't be where we are today. I'd also like to extend a very warm and special welcome to two key members of our Alumni Association, Mr. Michael Hearn and Ed Olondres. To you both, and of course, all of our alumni and your families present, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Whether you're here with us this morning or streaming to classrooms around the school, or indeed in the recording of this very special event, we're glad to have you with us and watching. To Michael and Ed, you've both been keen supporters of growing and developing our BSM alumni, for which we all thank you. And I'm thrilled to see how things are gaining traction, and we expect the momentum to grow. Thank you both. To all of BSM, to our students, parents, and friends, welcome. Where we stand, or in your case, where we sit today, is a testament to what can be achieved. Not only in terms of this beautiful Bayanihan Hall and this Creative Arts Center, but our overall BSM campus. But it's also where we stand figuratively. It is a testament to a vision and a desire to provide the best holistic international education for past and present students, and of course, many, many more to come. This first British School Manila Founders Day Assembly is a very special moment for BSM. It provides an opportunity and a platform to celebrate the three key elements, I believe, of our wonderful school: past, present, and future. Firstly, it provides an opportunity to reflect on where we have come from and to acknowledge and thank those who have so tirelessly worked to make it all possible. You would have seen as you entered the foyer of the CAC the memories in the photographs that show our history, and I saw many of you looking back fondly, and some of you a bit taken aback by how long ago that was and how much you have changed. More on reflecting and acknowledging those developments later. The second key element, certainly for me, of a Founders Assembly is embracing our alumni. The alumni as the historical roots of the most important part of our school, our students. And today provides a key focus point for coming together, reconnecting and celebrating being part and continuing to be part of our BSM community. Any school is only as successful as the commitment of past community members and the dreams and aspirations of present and future generations. I wholeheartedly believe that BSM epitomizes that, and is a special place which encapsulates both of these elements while existing daily in a rich and vibrant community which inhabits our psyche and drives our commitment to each and every one of our students on a daily basis. Which brings me to the third component of this gathering, the connection of linking past, present, and future. These will be reflected today in our student leadership valediction, or the symbolic passing over of the roles and responsibility of student leadership from one year to the next. We will hand over from outgoing senior student leadership team to the incoming student leadership team by passing on a baton, which you can see displayed over there. It's somewhere between a symbol of responsibility, a symbol of passing on from the past to the present and then to the future. But it also looks like, and I shared it with Mr. Healy yesterday, it looks like a wand from Hogwarts. And I do believe there is magic here. I don't believe it's a real wand, but the symbolism in terms of that office is very important. The concept of passing a baton is, of course, not a new concept. From one person to another or one group to another. The concept actually originated in ancient Greece, where a message stick was passed along via a number of couriers to cover vast differences really quickly. I'm sure the fellow who ran and created the story behind the marathon wished there'd been more runners along the way. We also see, of course, in modern track competitions, teams passing batons between runners in the relay race. The same focus and the same determination as seen in ancient messages and in modern runners is reflected in the commitment that we see in our senior student leaders year on year. A commitment to their leadership role in supporting their fellow students, pursuing service ideals, and upholding and enhancing our BSM vision. All of our students, in fact, underscore that which we see across the school of positive global citizens with the skills, understanding, and values to be willing and able to contribute to their world. And of course, our world, not just today, but in the future. So together, these three elements celebrated today provide the symbolism and the connections across generations to remind us to be grateful for what has been gifted to us in the establishment of BSM in 1976, almost 47 years ago. And you may have noticed in the photographs with 37, it said 37 pupils. We've even changed in terms of how we refer to you. But we've been gifted with the establishment of this wonderful school by our founders, and that has been built on by the generations which have followed and which will follow. I'd like to take the opportunity, and I think it's important to acknowledge and celebrate our broader successes, which highlight who we are and really how good we are as a school. We are strongly competitive across many sports, locally, regionally, and beyond. Our arts is of the highest caliber. Our service and sustainability, I believe, world-leading in concept and rollout in terms of developing global citizens. And our academic successes are indeed world-class, as reflected not only in our grades and our higher education placements, but in the experience of our students. I strongly believe, because I have seen it firsthand over the past 3 years plus, and I experience it daily, that here at BSM we set an international education for others to emulate. We lead the way in so many areas of international education and are acknowledged accordingly at many levels. Most recently at the EARCOS conference in the keynote address, but also in the formal reflections and reporting from CIS in our accreditation submissions. We also have representation and lead across many committees at Fabricia. Mr. Mann, my predecessor, was in fact the Fabricia chairman for a number of years through to 2019. BSM educators are regularly asked to host or present at educational professional learning events, which they do with aplomb. I mentioned our governors before, but must reiterate that our governors are engaging and supportive and understand the grassroots matters as much as they consider the legacy perspective. To be a leading school for the 21st century BSM, we must be consciously and effectively capitalizing on our passion and potential to make our vision a reality, while drawing on knowledge and experience of the best educational thinkers and the best educational practitioners anywhere. And we have them here. That's our academic team. They are progressive and proactive in leading learning, responsive in embracing our community and its needs, and deeply committed to our students and their current and future needs. And they are backed by a support team second to none. It is difficult to imagine what we can envision for ourselves and the future BSM, but whatever the world throws at us in challenge or opens up for us as opportunity, our sights will be firmly set on achieving and remaining determined not to defer anything that supports the best holistic educational experience for our students. Thank you. Here's to BSM. Happy birthday. It is my pleasure now to introduce Alexis Sim to perform Make You Feel My Love by Adele.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there's no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, and I'd go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. to make you feel my love.
Good morning, everyone. Today's assembly brings together past and present members of the BSM community to celebrate Founders Day. It is quite rare that current students cross paths with alumni and vice versa, but I think that it's very important that we bridge the past, present, and future together, as each have made unique contribution to our school's identity. Those who have come before us have established traditions that are intrinsic to our school community, while we also strive to continue to make improvements in the future.
In the spirit of bridging the past, present, and future, it is important to reflect and reminisce on past accomplishments. The rich history and growth of BSM and its community is integral to where we are today and the future. We are encouraged by a close-knit community imbued with tradition, surrounded by like-minded, driven individuals who strive to encapsulate the spirit of Bayanihan. Our memories and stories of the past and provide us a source of affirmation, hope, and inspiration for the future.
Through the years, there have been many developments and improvements at BSM. For me, the most notable one would be the improvement of the well-being framework and the increased importance placed on the well-being of the members of the community. Furthermore, our global awareness of programs have also continued to grow, with students of all year groups developing the skills to become contributing global citizens. Aside from maintaining strong academics, the ASA program has also taken off, with even a higher proportion of students being involved in a variety of ASAs and a greater number of student-led ASAs.
And to show us that it is indeed possible to excel in all facets, we have a special alumni guest. Ms. Janica Chang was from BSM from 2009 until she graduated in 2014 from IB with a 40 out of 45 grade. While juggling her academics and Model United Nations, she went to Cambridge, Massachusetts, USA to study multimedia communications and public speaking in Harvard for the summer. She wanted to take a Bachelor of Arts in Fashion and Marketing and graduated with first-class honors. Ms. Chang has worked with the top retailers across the Philippines and the UK, from Coca-Cola, Zalora, Aldo, Dune, John Lewis, the Hard Rock Cafe, and Ocado. She was London College of Fashion's graduate speaker in 2018 and was awarded the top student for digital marketing in the UK 2 years in a row by the Institute of Data and Marketing.
She was chosen as the graduate speaker and was given the LCF Outstanding Achievement Award, John Lewis Top Student Award. She's also earned her postgraduate diploma in digital marketing, with distinction in 2018 from the Institute of Data and Marketing in London, UK. She is currently the founder and CEO of Shop Suki, the largest online grocery in Mindanao with over 20,000 items. It is the most downloaded Mindanao incubated shopping app on the Play Store and one of the fastest growing online groceries in the country. In only 2.5 years, they have grown to an international team of 250. It is our honor to introduce Ms. Janica Chang.
Good morning, everyone. It's truly an honor to be back here again and relive a lot of the traumas of high school. No, seriously, 8 years after graduating, I still dream about waking up and being told that I have to take my IB exams, not knowing what to do at all. Finally, before I continue my speech, I'd like to settle something here with Mr. Atwood. Do you remember what you said to me on the last day of geography class? Do you remember? You said, and I'm paraphrasing here, I doubt you're gonna survive uni, Janica. I know he doesn't sound like that, but he said, I can't believe you still don't know how to cook or do your laundry. Well, I still don't. While at the time, I thought Mr. Atwood was being mean, I realize now that this was actually a stroke of genius. While some students are motivated by softly spoken words of encouragement, he knew that nothing would stir me on better than spite. So thank you, Mr. Atwood, because while I still do not possess these skills, you've challenged me to be resourceful, to survive through any means necessary. I came in year 9 from a school from the West Coast, USA, with a boisterous ego and a thick Valley Girl accent. I really thought I was all that. I wanted to be the best, a complete overachiever. I somehow landed myself in top set maths, where I quickly realized that I absolutely did not belong there. I moved down from set to set each year until I reached the very bottom, which definitely crushed my fragile ego at the time. Studying in BSM is a very humbling experience. My year was packed with incredibly intelligent kids. I realized early on that no matter how hard I studied, someone will always be smarter than me, and I needed to live with that. However, the most important thing is that they're on my payroll. No, I'm kidding. Ironically, one of my first jobs was an analyst, where I had to learn to code from scratch. And I actually fell in love with e-commerce because I get to work with data every single day. While I still haven't had a chance to use the quadratic formula, what a shame. As I reflect on my experiences here, what BSM really equipped me with was the importance of being well-rounded, the ability to think critically, and to persevere. One of the unique aspects of coming here is the school's focus on service. For those who are in the IB or who have completed it, I'm sure we are all guilty of gamifying CAS and doing some logic gymnastics to justify why editing your photos counts as creative hours, or organizing a service project in Cebu so you can also go snorkeling on the weekend. Well, at the time, I felt like I was ticking another box on the graduation to-do list. This has certainly planted some seeds that sprouted later on. Starting Shop Suki from scratch and scaling it to over 200 people in the last 3 years has not been an easy journey. Last October, our team in Zamboanga was hit with typhoons and flash floods, something that has never occurred in this region before. No one was prepared. I was in another city at the time, and some of our staff could not be contacted for over 24 hours. I hopped on the next plane, armed with only rubber boots and a raincoat, not knowing what to expect. All I knew was that I had to be there to support my team. As soon as I landed, I received a text from Mary, who has been with us since day one. She said that she was too ashamed to come to work because she had no clothes left and she hasn't showered in 2 days because they had no running water. No one came to help. No relief goods, no drinking water, no electricity. I have never been face to face with someone whose 4 kids haven't eaten in over 12 hours and are now homeless. I wish I could tell you I had some words of wisdom to impart at that moment or knew exactly what to do. But no IB diploma, no business school, no startup boot camp will ever prepare you for this. I had no words. All I could do was hug her and cry with her. Sadly, her story wasn't unique. I heard the same narrative over and over again throughout the day, each more heartbreaking than the last. When times like this happen, I get overwhelmed easily, feeling like I need to help everyone, like I'll never be able to do enough. But this line of thinking is ridiculous. Of course, you can't help everyone. What truly is important is the sincerity in wanting to help others, in whatever capacity we can. While in high school, this meant baking cookies for the Red Cross. Now, as a business owner, I was able to leverage our grocery delivery network to help thousands of families across Mindanao, offering free delivery to anyone who needed it, and partnering with local businesses to raise funds for relief efforts. In fact, the very friends I have made here in BSM and former teachers that I had were major contributors to this cause, donating thousands of pesos to help strangers living hundreds if not thousands of miles away. I was genuinely touched. Sadly, just 2 days ago, we were hit with floods again, much worse than the last. The very people I helped rebuild their homes with my 2 hands are now homeless again. It's extremely difficult for me to talk about, and quite frankly, it makes me really angry. The climate crisis is here, it's real. This is our generation now. It's our responsibility to help where we can. Going to this school is a privilege, whether it means that your family had the financial means to send you here, the network you have built, or the world-class education you are equipped with. It has already given you a leg up over billions of people. I have changed what I wanted to do multiple times. From hungry fashion school student hustling for internships in London, to starting my own online grocery at the height of the pandemic. One of the fundamental lessons that I've learned so far is that there is no linear path to success. In fact, I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Whatever it is you end up doing, the only things that matter are that you live life with humility, kindness, and compassion for all. I truly believe the rest will follow. But of course, if all else fails, I'm sure we can ask BSM for a refund. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Ms. Chang, to you, thank you very much for your words, entertaining, illuminating, and some insights into where you've come from and where you are. There'll be further thanks for you later. As I'd mentioned in the opening, there is also an opportunity and an important thing we need to do, and that is to acknowledge and celebrate contributions to the development of our school. And to do that, I'd like to hand over to our Board of Governors Chair, Mr. Timothy Daniels.
Good morning, BSM, and good morning to our guests who are here today and to all of the alumni. Welcome back to the school and thanks for joining us. You know, one of the things that people say about BSM, one of the words most commonly used when talking about us, is the strength of our community. It's something we talk about among ourselves, but it's also something that I hear a lot when I talk to people outside the school, beyond our fences. They talk about what a unique and tight community we are. It's a lovely thing to hear. And that community extends beyond year 13. It extends into our alumni, which is a growing body, and it's lovely to see you back here today and to see the involvement that you have. Actually, I'm looking forward to getting more involved myself as my own family starts to transition into becoming part of the alumni network. My daughter graduated last year. But the reason I'm really standing up here today is for a specific purpose. I'd like to talk for a few minutes about someone who's made a huge contribution to the school. One of our governors, a long-standing member, and somebody who provides a link to the history of the school over the last 2 decades as a parent, a governor, and someone who's made a real contribution to the development of our campus and our property. And that contribution extends physically into the future of the school, even as his family, with his son and daughter-in-law who are here today, are part of our BSM alumni community. Mr. Alan Hearn has played a crucial role in the development of our campus and its facilities. The buildings that he has developed for us have made a significant impact on the student learning here, and it has shaped and changed the lives of our BSM students. Mr. Hearn started officially serving the school in around 2005 when he joined BSM's Board of Governors as the Development Governor, and his role was later expanded by about school year 2009-10, I believe, to include both buildings development and maintenance. And he did this while running his own company voluntarily, giving his time towards the school. He led the school's expansion projects, first with the Learning Resource Center, the LRC, and then again with the design and the construction of this building, the Creative Arts Center, our CAC. The LRC took about a year to construct, finished in about May 2014. And prior to then, all of our libraries for senior school, junior school, our space for counseling teams, our spaces for learning support facilities and quiet areas were spread out across many buildings. But this project brought it all together into one space. It wasn't an easy project. The contractor had financial difficulties and had to be changed during the process. And Alan stepped in to help rectify the project and ensure that everything that we wanted got done. And we have a nice modern space today that we all use. The CAC discussions, meanwhile, had actually started well before the construction of the LRC, back in about 2009. It was long a dream of the school that we could have an ultra-modern, purpose-built, technologically state-of-the-art facility that would meet the future learning needs of all of our students and our expanding curriculum subjects in areas of drama, music, dance, and the visual arts. So after the LRC was finished, planning and work began in earnest. And of course, the school asked Mr. Hearn if he would also help us out with this project. Many people would have said, I've given enough, but Alan stepped up. It turned out to be a very involved, technically difficult, and lengthy process. It extended over 4 years from the planning to the completion stage in 2019. But the end result, I think we can all agree, speaks for itself. Anybody who's done any art or drama or performance in this building will know the quality of what we have here and the amount of technical equipment and opportunity that this building has provided for us. It's also a building which uniquely started to use many environmental design features. Green features like water collection and combinations of natural light LED lighting, cooling systems, and working with the environment to give us the space that we wanted. It even has, as we know, a climbing wall. It is the envy of most other schools. Constructing this building meant that there were over 600 people here every day, and among them was Mr. Hearn. For most of those days, he was here ensuring that BSM could get what it was that we wanted, we had dreamed for. It was achieved under budget. And with almost 2 million safe man-hours, there were no health and safety incidents. That is truly an achievement. And all this was while he was maintaining his role in the school, looking after the buildings and maintenance, and contributing as a full member of the board to all of the oversight and advice given to running of the school. In all this, Mr. Hearn has given us his time, his skills, and on occasion, considerable personal sacrifice to BSM over many years. He's done this voluntarily and without fuss or asking for any favors. He supported 3 board chairs, numerous embassy trustees, and of course, many BSM families. I think we can truly say he's a friend of the school, a true friend, and that BSM would not be what it is today without him. Alan, I'm going to embarrass you. Would you mind standing up for a second? On behalf of everybody in the BSM community, I'd like to say thank you. Your contributions are greatly appreciated. And after this assembly, we'll be inviting our alumni to join us. We will be unveiling a plaque just outside, which will be a permanent mark of our appreciation. Alan, thank you very much.
Good morning, students, teachers, BSM alumni, governors, and invited guests. After honoring the tremendous contributions of Mr. Alan Hearn, it is now my great pleasure to acknowledge the contributions of our outgoing senior student leadership team. We also introduce a new tradition. Each year, after a rigorous selection process, we appoint a new SSLT that contribute to the continued development of our BSM community and foster a greater sense of belonging. Our elected students honor the work of those who came before them, as well as creating their own legacy. And we will take a moment to acknowledge the incredible work of the following outgoing SSLT of 2022. Heads of Academics, Danielle Africa, Chiara Mehares. Heads of PE Health and Wellbeing, Andrea Tabara, Liam King. MUN Secretary Generals, Santino D, Isabella Moriarty. Heads of Service and Sustainability, Piper Yu, Michaela Lim, Zoe Salvador, Chinjin Burnaby. Heads of VPA, Rainey Nakpil, Lucy Cliff. Head of House, Luzon, Juan Paulo Velasco. Head of House, Mindanao, John McClellan. Head of House, Visayas, Ethan Zhao. Deputy Head Students, Shrey Gupta and Felicia Go. And finally, to our outgoing head students, Matthew and Sarah. You have exemplified the values that we seek in this most prestigious role: respect, integrity, and kindness. The commitment you have demonstrated and the contributions you have made for the betterment of your peers has been truly outstanding. On a personal note, it has been an absolute pleasure and privilege to work alongside you on the countless initiatives that you have led and supported. So on behalf of the BSM community, we offer a heartfelt appreciation to you both. We now welcome onto the stage our newly appointed Senior Student Leadership Team, beginning with our Heads of Academics, Caitlin Gore and Sean Young. Heads of PE, Health and Wellbeing, Julia Labio, Tasha C. Heads of Service and Sustainability, Dylan Chu, Rico Lago, Jade Chang, and Bea Tan. Heads of VPA, Mario Vellini, Brisabel Madera. Head of House for Luzon, Emilio Farah-On. Head of House, Mindanao, Ariel Furman. Head of House, Visayas, Emma Katikbak. Deputy Head Students, Alaire Dominguez, Ian Baltos. And finally, our new Head Students, Javier Estavillo and Gabrielle Ong. Our new tradition continues with the handover message from our outgoing head students, Matthew and Sarah, and a passing of the baton to our incoming heads, followed by a pledge of acceptance.
On behalf of Sarah and I would just like to thank you. I'd just like to say thank you to the SSLT 2022 for all their hard work last year and to fostering the BSM spirit within the community and everything that they did. I know it hasn't been easy, especially having to juggle responsibilities with exams and other extracurricular activities. We were able to make it work in the end, and I can confidently say that each member was able to fulfill their role to the best of their abilities. I'm very proud of all the initiatives and projects that everyone started and for meeting any deadlines set.
As a whole, the SSLT were able to adapt and foster the school community both online, in the face-to-face transition, and fully integrated back. It was amazing to be surrounded and work with like-minded driven individuals who push boundaries to bring positive change. It is unfortunately our last day in the role of head student SSLT, and we would like to take this opportunity to thank the whole team for all their hard work.
Our term as SSLT has finally come to an end, so we'd like to hand over the reins to our newest head students, Javier and Gabrielle, and the new SSLT for 2023.
We are sure they will succeed in the role and bring positive change across the whole school. They have already been busy at work with drafting many proposals, and we are excited to see them come to fruition this school year.
Thank you so much, Sarah, Matthew, and Mr. Healy. We are honored to be the first SSLT to partake in this new BSM tradition. During the head student selection process, Mr. Healy asked us, "What legacy would you most want to leave behind?"
As we embark on this journey as head students, we endeavor to establish a legacy of passionate service with an empowering vision. The passing of the baton symbolizes the passing of responsibility, skills, and wisdom from one SSLT to the next. It serves as a commitment to work tirelessly, listen attentively, and lead by example as we assume the privilege and duty of upholding the well-being of the values and standards of the students and staff. Javier and I pledge to honor the integrity and hard work of the leadership teams before us and build upon their legacies to make BSM a better place for us all. Thank you.
In today's assembly, we would also like to thank Mr. Alan Hearn for all his invaluable contributions to the school. He will be celebrated later during the Founders Day activities. Finally, we'd like to thank our guest speaker, Ms. Jenica Chang, for that insightful and beautiful message. Through your speech, we have learned the importance of seizing these opportunities that we are so lucky to have, that equip us with the vital skills and abilities to face any challenge and make a difference and help others along the way. There are bound to be curveballs and challenges, but to truly flourish in your career and in life, you must be able to adapt and continue moving forward with humility and honor.
Thank you to Ms. Chiang again for sharing your thoughts and experience, and we hope that everyone feels inspired to continue growing to be the best versions of ourselves and take up space in society. We would like to invite you again to the stage to extend our gratitude through a small token of appreciation. Ms. Chiang's presence here today means more than the speech she gave us. Her presence represents the quality of graduates BSM produces, a great motivation to the heights our minds can reach. As a BSM alum, she represents just one of the many fantastic students in the BSM Alumni Association. The BSM Alumni Association is a growing organization which hosts social events for former students to create and maintain a robust network worldwide so that wherever you are, you'll always have that BSM connection. And this year, BSM plans to make the most of this expanding alumni network, sustaining student connections and helping alumni to flourish long after graduation.
Lin-Manuel Miranda once said, "Legacy is planting seeds in a garden you never get to see." And the ideals of BSM are planted within us as students and flourish as we grow. To us, it means that once you are a BSM student, you are a BSM student for life. This assembly is a testament to the indelible impact that BSM has and will continue to have on us long after we graduate. We hope that this first ever Founders Day Assembly marks the beginning of yet another beautiful BSM tradition.
And now, for the first time in this calendar year, we'd like to invite students, both past and present, to rise for the BSM school song. Thank you.
And I am sure that all of those present would like to join me in adding an additional vote of thanks to all those who contributed today and all those involved in the planning and preparation of this fine event. I feel sure that this, which really has been a proud celebration of the very best of BSM, I feel very sure that this Founders' Day Assembly will join our most cherished BSM traditions, along with Speech Day, graduation, and so many others. Can I please ask staff and students to remain seated for now? And may I kindly request members of our Council of Trustees, our Board of Governors, alumni and alumni guests, parents, those members of our leadership team and our senior student leadership team who are present to exit to this side, please, and to please make your way to the foyer for the exhibit and then to proceed to the side entrance near Coffee Bean for the plaque unveiling. Refreshments, I can assure you, they will follow.